Guys, it's Joe. A happy Sunday fun day. We have 5 games on the ice tonight. Let's break these down. Let's just quickly look at, while people jump on the stream, what happened yesterday on the ice. So we had the Edmonton Oilers have a beautiful comeback. Now, we were on the show. The New York Rangers were up in the third, 3-0. The Edmonton Oilers came back, getting that win, never giving up in that game, winning it 4-3. The Calgary Flames took a big L to the Carolina Hurricanes. Not what I expected. I was looking at the over 2.5 in that one. We had the Carolina Hurricanes win that 3-2. St. Louis Blues were able to get it done for us yesterday, covering that puck line and winning that game straight up over the Florida Panthers. And we also saw the Toronto Maple Leafs be able to pull off another win. So this is good for the Leafs. They're able to string these wins together. Got a nice 4-1 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now the New Jersey Devils, we had them go over their team total of 3.5. Again, I tell you, this has been the biggest money maker for us so far this season, is taking the New Jersey Devils over that team total. Washington just not able to get it done. The Devils winning that one 5-3. Now, the New York Islanders came out and got that nice win, limiting the Philadelphia Flyers, keeping their total under that 2.5 and covering that puck line. The Dallas Stars really let me down, not able to get it done over the Colorado Avalanche. It was pretty obvious in that first period that the Stars were not going to win. The Avs winning that 4-1 in a game I really thought Colorado would lose and the Stars would dominate in. Vegas also lost to the Vancouver Canucks, 5-1 win for the Canucks. This is a game that I wasn't able to watch, so I really don't know what went wrong in that one. But for the Canucks to get 5 goals, Logan Thompson was expected. I need to go back and look at this one and see where those issues did come for Vegas. But you guys, we do have 5 games on the board today. Good morning, Stevie. Thank you so much. Let's cash. Let's win some freaking money today, you guys. The 5 games on the board. Kickoff at 2:00 Eastern. Remember, if you're watching at TikTok, come on over to YouTube if you want to interact in the live chat. Okay, first game on the board. We have the Arizona Coyotes taking on the Minnesota Wild. This one kicks off, you guys, at 2 p.m. Eastern. Now we have a total of 6.5, up from 6 in this one. We have the Coyotes coming in here as large dogs at plus 225, minus 280 for the Minnesota Wild. Now, I don't love the Minnesota Wild here at minus 280. I do think there's value on the puck line at minus 1.5 at minus 125. We look at the Arizona Coyotes. They have struggled this season. They're 7-9-1 on the season, 11-8 on that puck line. But I think in this matchup against the Minnesota Wild, just in the situation the Wild are in, this is a good one to take them here on the puck line. They are off that loss on Friday to the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lost that 4-3. They don't have any other games until Thursday when they face the Edmonton Oilers. So they have a nice break after this game. I'm looking for them to come out strong and get the win and cover that puck line. Now, when we look at the Coyotes, there are some nice trends to them on that puck line. They have covered the puck line in their last 4 following overtime. And we know they lost to the Red Wings on Friday in a shootout. That was a 4-3 win for the Red Wings in there. But this is like game a million for the Arizona Coyotes here on the road. They have so many games on the road. They are not home until December 9th. I think this could be a tired situation here for the Arizona Coyotes. I got to take the Wild to win this one big. And when we look at the last 10 matchups between these two, the Minnesota Wild have averaged 4 goals over those last 10, and the Arizona Coyotes have only averaged 2 goals in those last 10 games. So I think this is one where you can really lean on the Wild for a nice big win here, covering that puck line. I also like the over 6.5 though in this one. I think this is a higher scoring game, and I can count on the Coyotes to get 2, and I think the Wild get 5 on their own. I think we probably see an empty netter. So give me the over 6.5. 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over that number. And each of the Wild's last 7 games as a home favorite following a loss, which is the situation they're in, have gone over that total line. So give me the over 6.5 and the Minnesota Wild minus 1.5. Shout out to one of my besties, Becky here, jumping in on YouTube. Becky, I hope your morning is going great. Happy Sunday fun day. Good luck in football today. Okay, the next one on the board. And morning, Matt. It's nice to see you here this morning as well. There you are. Okay, the next one on the board. We have the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, the Jets coming in here as a favorite on the road at -170. We have the Chicago Blackhawks, if you have faith in this team, up +140 today, and a total sitting at 6. Now, I love what we're seeing out of the Jets defensively and goaltending so far this season. Connor Hellebuck is expected in goal for them as well. He's 9-5-1 on the season with a 2.46 goals against average. When we look at the defense of the Winnipeg Jets, they've been so phenomenally strong, especially on the penalty kill. They're allowing 2.68 goals per game and 31.6 shots on goal. This team, though, and the Chicago Blackhawks just are not breaking that barrier of over 3 goals on average. Winnipeg Jets coming in here at 2.95 and 30 shots on goal, and the Chicago Blackhawks at that 2.5 and being held to 26.4 shots on goal. But the good thing about the Blackhawks is they are actually winning the faceoff battle, and they should win the faceoff battle here versus the Winnipeg Jets. But will this be enough to beat the Winnipeg Jets here today, even on home ice? I really don't think so. This team has lost their last 6 games. They're off a shootout loss to the Montreal Canadiens. We know the Winnipeg Jets are a stronger team. Now, they're off a win over the Dallas Stars. They beat them, I believe it was Friday night. It was a 5-4 win for the Winnipeg Jets. And this is their last road game before returning home. So I think they want to finish this road game strong. They've been really strong versus the Chicago Blackhawks, winning 4 of the last 5 meetings, and they've won their last 10 games as a favorite. I think we can look at the Winnipeg Jets here. I'd take them in regulation if you want to take them at all, because at -170, it's too highly juiced on that money line. But I think the better bet is to take the under 6 in this one. We know that these games can go over, especially this number of 6, in a blink of an eye if these offenses really step up. But both of these offenses have been held to under 3 goals per game on average this season. And the Jets, with their defense and Connor Hellebuck in, even if the Jets explode offensively today, I don't see the Blackhawks being able to get those goals here. Now, the under has hit in 3 of the last 5, and we have got to push. So give me the under 6. You guys, how is your Sunday fun day started, by the way? Mine's been good. I'm watching the soccer game between Canada and Croatia. I did have the under 2.5. Sadly, that has already gone over, but I was so impressed to see Canada get that goal within the first minute of this match. It's been phenomenal. Now, I have sprinkled on Canada on that money line as well. If they can pull this back, get the win, it was a +265. Croatia has control of the ball right now. They just threw it in. We'll see how this one goes. I'm watching it live here. Yeah, Becky, go Canada. Get that game on. It is phenomenal to finally see us get a goal. Okay, next game on the board. Let's get to this. I don't know where I'm going. What am I doing, you guys? Which games did we talk? We talked those 2. There's only 5 games on the board. The next one, I actually really like this matchup. We have the Seattle Kraken taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Now, this is an interesting one. The Seattle Kraken coming in here on the road as the favorite, -188. The Ducks, a large dog at home, +155, and the total sitting steady at 6. I think Seattle should come out and school the Ducks in this one today. Martin Jones is expected for them. He's a 10-4-2 on the season with a 2.49 goals against average. This team, like I keep saying, is not the Seattle Kraken team we saw last year. So you have to take all of your bias against them out of this equation. They are the better team coming into this. Their defense has been doing phenomenal, really limiting those shots on goal, holding opponents to 27.2, which is 3rd overall in the league, and only allowing that 2.8. Now, with Martin Jones in here and how this defense is playing, this is a good one to look at the Ducks team total and take it under. But the last time I looked, it was actually, no, this one isn't the one that's juiced. It's the Sharks team total to the over. So the Ducks team total under 2.5, we're getting that at -118. I think there's so much value here. The Ducks just have not been getting these goals. They're only averaging 2.48 and 29.9 shots on goal. I think we're really going to see the Seattle Kraken step up here, completely limit the Ducks. I'm also going to look at the Seattle Kraken in regulation. In regulation, I believe it's closer to minus 105, minus 110. Again, you guys, go shop those lines over at Betstamp. Use referral code Madden. Now, I'm also thinking that this one is a nice dominant win by the Seattle Kraken. They are 14-6 on the puck line, 7-1 on the puck line on the road. I'm going to take the minus 1.5 here at plus 140. I know in a lot of situations when we're looking at this puck line record, this has been when they've been a dog and they've been keeping it tight. But against the Anaheim Ducks, I really do see them being able to cover this puck line here. Now, they are 7-1 in their last 8 games following a win. They're also 5-1 in their last 6 games playing on 1 day's rest. Their defense is just so dominant. I don't love the total under for the full game just because I think Seattle should be able to get these goals. The Ducks are allowing an average of 4.19 and 37.6 shots on goal, which is the worst overall in the whole league. Seattle could get this one over on their own or allow that one goal by the Ducks and win this 5-1, pushing on that number of 6, or worse yet, getting 6-1 and going over. So I'm staying off the total, but I do like the Ducks team total under 2.5 at minus 118, and the Seattle Kraken in regulation plus a large sprinkle on that puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 140. Good morning, Todd. A happy Sunday fun day. And Matt, I am so sorry. Calgary screwed your parlay yesterday. They screwed a lot of people yesterday, losing to the Carolina Hurricanes. It was not good to see. You had a beautiful parlay. Let everyone know in the chat what you had parlayed there because it was awesome. I saw that on Twitter, what you sent me, and it was fantastic to see those other games hit for you. The next game on the board, you guys, we got the Vancouver Canucks taking on the San Jose Sharks. Now, total sitting at 6.5. Vancouver coming in here as the favorite on the money line at minus 120, plus 100 for the Sharks. Demko expected in goal for the Vancouver Canucks. I cannot trust Demko. I cannot trust this defense here of the Vancouver Canucks. They're allowing an average of 3.9 goals per game and 33.7 shots on goal. Demko, 3.88 goals against on average. Offensively, this team is doing well. They are averaging that 3.5 and 29.9 shots on goal. I want to see them get more shots on goal because if they have those more shots on goal and more quality shots, they could have a better record here. They're 8-10-2 on the season. Facing the San Jose Sharks. We know the San Jose Sharks have pulled off some incredible wins. They've got some upsets, but this team is still only averaging 2.4 or 2.96 goals per game and 29.8 shots. They're allowing that 3.5 a 7 and 31.1. Goaltending and defense really needs to step up for the San Jose Sharks. The good thing about this team is that they really limit their time in the box. They're only averaging 7.2 penalty minutes per game, while the Vancouver Canucks, they can't get out of the box. This team is playing dirty. They're getting the penalties at left, right, and center. They are averaging 12.1 minutes in the box per game, which is 27th overall in the league. Now, the last time we saw these two teams play, it was back on, it would have been mid-April. The Canucks got a 4-2 win. In this game, I am very tempted to take the San Jose Sharks here for a nice win at home. I don't know if they can get it done. The Canucks have played the Sharks so strong. They've gone 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in San Jose. We saw the Vancouver Canucks get the win last night over Vegas. I think they're going to have some tired legs here. I could see the Sharks winning. Just not sure if I want to put my money there. I was looking at the Sharks team total, and this is the one that's highly juiced. Over 2.5 is minus 160. I do think the Sharks get the goals here on Demko. So I do think if you can find better value or take them over the 3, for less juice, I think it is a great way to take this game. I just have not been able to find over the 3. My books aren't giving it to me. I like the over 6.5 though, because I like Vancouver to score and I like the Sharks to score. I think this over 6.5 is the strongest play of this game. And the over has hit in 4 of the last 5 meetings in San Jose, and 3 of the last 4 meetings have hit that over. And we did get one push. Now with this total sitting at 6.5, we're not going to get a push here. But I do think this is a great game for us to hit that over. And the Sharks, if Vancouver ends up in the box over and over and over again, this one is going to be one where the Sharks will capitalize on that. They don't have the strongest power play overall, but they will find the back of Demko's net. Demko just not able to step up and perform like Vancouver Canucks need him. Last game on the board, you guys, we got the Ottawa Senators taking on the LA Kings. Now, the Senators, the dog on the road here at plus 132, minus 160 for the LA Kings in this total, sitting steady at 6.5. Now, Cam Talbot is expected for the Ottawa Senators, which is definitely a good thing. I know his record is 2-5, but he does have a 2.58 goals against average. And then Jonathan Quick here for the LA Kings. I like Jonathan Quick. You guys know this. He's 7-6-1 on the season with a 3.08 goals against average. Both of these teams have been strong offensively. We look at the Ottawa Senators, and even though they have a worse record at 7-12-1 versus the Kings at 12-9-2, they do have a stronger power play, and they're able to win these face-off battles, and they have a stronger power kill. But defensively, this team is really letting themselves down. The LA Kings are too. The LA Kings are one of those interesting teams. The defense either absolutely comes to play and they limit opponents 100%, or they give up, it feels like 100 goals. So it's a hard one to say how the Kings will come out in this one. I was leaning towards that under, just because I look at these defenses should be able to play stronger, especially the Kings, but I can't get there. Both teams' defenses played so solidly on Friday night. We saw the Senators hold the Ducks to only one goal. That was a 5-1 win for the Senators. And we saw the Kings win over the Sharks their last time out on Friday, 5-2 win. So when I look at that, the defenses should come in here with momentum. They both held to 2 or less goals in that game, but both offenses really stepped up, and that's what I'm talking about. You guys, both offenses were able to get those 5 goals. So while I lean to the under, I'm not going to touch the total in this one. I do think taking the Kings in regulation at minus 102 is the way to go with this. I think they are definitely the stronger team. They are averaging that 3.22 goals per game. I trust in Jonathan Quick more than I do in Cam Talbot. And that being said, I can't wait for Cam Talbot to have like an outstanding game. I like him as a goalie. I like what we've seen out of him throughout his career. And I really hope the Senators start to limit those goals, or limit the shots on goal on him, so he can start having an outstanding season. Now, the Senators come in here losing their last 10 as an underdog. They're also 1-4 in their last 5 meetings in LA. The home team has gone 5-2. So give me the Kings here in regulation. I think it is a solid way to go with this game. Good morning, everyone. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Good morning, Porter. Good morning, Alan. Matt, you know we love Kachuk over 3.5 shots on goal. Let me know how juiced that is, you guys. Honest with you, haven't had time to look at any props this morning. Sunday mornings are busy, and this Canada game really distracted me from looking at any of these props. That being said, I'm gonna just pull up to see if any goalie confirmations have come in, so we can look at some shots on goal as well as save shots on goal. I'm looking at the Seattle Kraken. That's one where I was gonna look at some shots for them. The books are really catching up with the Seattle Kraken for that juice. Ottawa Senators with Matthew Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk for an anytime, or sorry, it's Brady Tkachuk for the Ottawa Senators. Matthew just rolls off my tongue. It's like the Bosa brothers. You got Nick and Joey, and these families, I don't know how the parents do it. It's crazy. But Brady Tkachuk at plus 205 for that anytime goal. I definitely think there is so much value there. Brady Tkachuk for his shots on goal, little juiced, over 3.5 at minus 135. That is on FanDuel. Matt's getting it here on DraftKings at minus 140. Again, this is why we shop our lines, you guys. Head on over to Betstamp and use referral code Madden to shop those lines. You have all of these lines all in one place. Doesn't cost you anything. And if you use my referral code, they send me a nice smile. So they like me when I refer people over there. Okay, let's look at this. So I agree with Brady Kachuk. You take that over. Just shop those lines there. I take him for the anytime goal. Let's look at some other ones of these props. I would be looking at Connor Hellebuck. I want to see if he's confirmed here and what his block shots on goal would be for the Vancouver Canucks. I really like what I've seen out of him. I'm not getting him confirmed in goals, so I'm not able to get his block shots on goal. Now, when I look at this game, so that you guys can bet it later, it doesn't kick off till 7 p.m. Eastern. Connor Hellebuck he does have a 2.49 goals against average. We see the Winnipeg Jets allowing 31.6 shots on goal, and we see the Chicago Blackhawks only averaging 26.4 shots on goal. I think they're going to be completely limited in this one. If Connor Hellebuck's coming in over a 25, I would hit it over. If he's coming in at 28, I would hit it under, because I really do think that the defense is going to completely limit the ability for the Chicago Blackhawks to get these shots on goal today. So at 25, I would hit it over for Connor Hellebuck. At 28, I would hit it under. And 28.5, probably a nicer number to sit there. So if you guys can find that, I definitely think that is a good way to go with that game. Which other goalie props would I like to see here? Guys, thanks for hanging around when I look at some of these props. These are props that I'm going to be betting as soon as we get these lines up as well. It looks like Connor Ingram is confirmed for the Arizona Coyotes. Now his over under is 29.5. We know the Minnesota Wild are averaging only 31 shots on goal. I think they find the back of his net. Arizona is allowing, though, 35.4 shots on goal. Now Ingram's coming in here with a 3.5 goals against average. At this 29 number, it's pretty solid here. I do expect the Wild to step up in this game. I expect the shots to come raining in, but I expect them to cover that puck line. If I was going to take anything in this, we know with the Wild facing teams that are allowing so many shots, they're going to go over their average. I'd expect them to get at least 37, 38 shots on goal here. His number is sitting at 29. They could get 5 to 6 goals. I think we're just right on that number to hit it over 29.5. So I would look at the Arizona Coyotes, Connor Ingram over 29.5 save shots on goal, because I think the Wild put at least 37 up on him, and he allows 5 or 6 goals in there. So take the over 29.5. It's like right on that number, you guys. This is how I break down the goalie props that I'm looking at. It's exactly what goes through my head. When I do these props here live, I'm talking it through with you guys because I have to talk it through in my own head. So that is what we're doing there. Let's do a recap of all of these games today. Again, they kick off at 2 Eastern, so you have 20 minutes before Connor Ingram's goalie prop is going to be off the board. So take him over that 29. Was it 29 or 29.5? 29.5 at minus 122 to that over. I definitely love it here. The Wild are going to get the shots, and I love the Wild here. Big time today, covering that puck line at minus 1.5 at minus 125. I think the over 6.5 is in play as well in this game. For the parlay reasons, I would put the Wild. Actually, let's just take the over for the parlay. The Coyotes and the Wild over 6.5. I think that is the strongest play of the day. The Winnipeg Jets and the Chicago Blackhawks, you guys, I've got to take the under 6 as the strongest play here. I think this is a low-scoring one, controlled. I almost said complied. I don't know what complied by the Winnipeg Jets means. Controlled by the Winnipeg Jets here. If you like the Jets, take them in regulation. Don't pay all that juice at minus 170. I think you can look at Connor Hellebuck for his save shots on goal. And this is the one that I said. I don't have numbers up in front of me. If it's over 25, take it. If it's 28.5, take it under. He gets over 25. He saves under because the Chicago Blackhawks are they're going to be limited today. Alan, I'm just reading your message. I'm writing down my best bets for this parlay. I'm going to put the parlay in after. This morning has been so crazy. It's been busy, that's for sure. And it's been busy because my focus has been watching Canada and Croatia. And I didn't have time to work out this parlay and get it in. Now, the Seattle Kraken and the Anaheim Ducks. I'm going to take the Kraken here in regulation for the best bet for the parlay. You guys absolutely know I love the Seattle Kraken here for a big win, -1.5 at +140. I think that's my favorite bet of the day. I think they're going to school the Ducks here. Now, I do love the Ducks team total under 2.5 as well at -118. I think they're going to be completely limited. This defense of the Seattle Kraken is just way too strong. And then Vancouver Canucks taking on the San Jose Sharks. Give me the Sharks over 2.5 for an easy bet, but it's juiced, you guys, -160. I'm going to put the Sharks over 2.5 for the parlay. Reasons only. I won't bet a -160. My top in hockey is -144. And in baseball, I like to stay under that for other games or other sports. Now, I do like the over 6.5 in this one too. I think this is a strong game here for both of these teams. I do believe that the Canucks could be upset here. I think the Sharks here at home, if they can offensively step up, could do something here. So I'm not sure I'm going to sprinkle at +100. If they were a plus like 130, 140, I'd definitely be sprinkling on them at +100. I'm going to stay off that. But I think their team total over 2.5. If you can get it at 3 at better value, definitely hit that. And then the Ottawa Senators and the LA Kings. I'm going to take the Kings here in regulation at -102. I think it is a great way to go with this one. I lean on the under, but it's so hard to take this under, especially sitting at 6.5 with how strong offensively these teams performed in their last games out on Friday. That being said, their defense has absolutely stood out. But again, if we have one defense slip in this game, it's going to go over. So give me the Kings in regulation for the parlay. So just to recap that parlay, you guys, we will have the Wild and the Coyotes over 6.5, the Jets and the Blackhawks under 6, the Kraken in regulation, the Sharks team total over 2.5, and the Kings in regulation. You guys have a great day. I am excited for these games today. We have so much going on in sports. It's going to be fun. People are asking me about NFL. This isn't an NFL show, but yeah, the Jets are going to win that. Mitch White in for the Jets today, not Zach Wilson. The Bears, I think Justin Fields, the last time I checked, is not going to make the field. So I don't know who the Bears even third stringer is. So that is going to be definitely interesting there. But I think the New York Jets take it all day in the NFL. But you guys, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Keep smiling. Let's make some